Holy guacamole, holy cow, heavens to Murgatroyd. I don't know, it was probably getting close to 10 minutes of it struggling to keep a stream going. So I finally just ended it. I was hoping the connection would resolve itself. Hello. But it didn't seem like it was doing that. So I had to cut the stream, and I'm going to give my top 5 tracks for the new They Might Be Giants album, which is officially released today. Book. So if you watched the last stream, I rank the rest of the 15 tracks of Book by They Might Be Giants, which officially comes out today, November 12th. I'll go over those again for you. So, yeah, in my last stream, it ends with me going to get a cup of tea, leaving you hanging on the top 5, and it never it seemed to the connection seemed to run into problems there and never resolve itself. So I never got to spit them out. So if you're up on that one and waiting to hear the top 5, they are revealed here. Hopefully, if my computer doesn't explode. So, and I do a kind of a little review of each song along the way. And I've talked about this album on previous streams, like when I first got it. I talked about this album a bit then too on a different stream. In any case, my name is Ryan O'Connor. I'm a comic book artist. I'm an aspiring comic book artist. I'm making my first book here called Bonehead, and I draw a page just about every day, or I ink a new page just about every day here on YouTube. So this is page 41 of my book. It's about I'm about probably about 50 streams in, because I did about 10 pages before page 1, if that makes any sense, of like front material and the covers and stuff. So yeah, I try and work on my comic every day. Other than that, I do drawings every day that I post to Instagram and Twitter, and the links to those are below in the description. Yeah. So if you like my character Bonehead here and kind of like the art you see in these streams, check out the link to my Instagram and Twitter. And I post daily drawings. I haven't yet done one for today, for various reasons, but yeah, we'll get there. It's late in the day, but we'll get there. Anyway, so I'll go over my from the bottom track, my track 15, as far as ranking the 15 tracks of They Might Be Giants' new album Book. I'm going to start at the bottom with my least favorite to favorite, okay? So, and if you want to hear more in-depth reviews of these tracks, I go into it a little more on the last one, on the last video, called As Good as Dead. This one is called As Good as Part 2, TMBG's book, top 5 tracks. Okay. So at 15, I have the song Darling the Dose. At 14, I have the track I Lost Thursday. At 13, I have the track If Day for Winnipeg. Again, you can find out why I chose these rankings, a little bit about why I chose these rankings for these songs on my last stream, part 1 of this stream. At number 12, I have the track Quit the Circus. At number 11, Lord Snowden. And then at number 10, I have the track Brontosaurus. Sorry, my hat is knocking the camera a little bit. Then at number 9, I have Synopsis for Latecomers, which is kind of what I'm doing right now. For number 8, I have the track I Broke My Own Rule. Ranking at number 7, Moonbeam Rays. At number 6, The Closer, Less Than One. Putting this up real quick. Okay. And then now we're on number 5, the top 5. Okay, so at number 5, the long anticipated number 5, I have Part of You Wants to Believe Me. This sounds like eternally classic. They Might Be Giants to me. Part of You Wants to Believe Me. I was kind of liking and frustrated by how the first verse kind of tricks you out with I think there's like an extra word in what is it, the first line? Let me see here. Let's take a look. Oh no, I'm going to the wrong thing. So we're talking about Part of You Wants to Believe Me. Let's look at the song. There's the line that goes, sorry, it's taking a moment to pull up. So I'll try. Okay. Part of you wants to believe me, but part of you isn't yet totally off of your meds. Like, I feel like that line could have done without the totally and fit like the cadence of a normal song. And then even now I feel like that totally like kind of catches you off guard. and kind of like strains the line, but like not in a bad way, but like in a surprising way. You know what I mean? But it's I think it's a really fun track. It's I like the I also like the visual I get of what is it, the chorus, which is like somewhere else, something else hears the noise and nods its head from immense distances. This is no longer a mess. Um, just I don't know why. I just imagine some weird dog like being disturbed awake or something and just kind of like nodding in approval and then going back to sleep. Um, but um, it just it seems like a very classic TMBG song to me. I heard in the what is it called? The Don't Let's Start podcast. I think they liken this track a little bit to Which Describes How You're Feeling, which I get. That sound I hear that somehow in there. So it just kind of seems like just like some kind of level of this. Of course, They Might Be Giants made this song. Like, how could they not make this song? Kind of feel that you get from them sometimes. And then coming in at number 4, I have I Can't Remember the Dream, which is one of the strongest tracks on this album for sure. It's the most clear-cut single I can detect on this album, and it obviously is a single, but it's a total pop song. I love it, and it's just really it's really striking and just a strong sounding song. I love it, and it's it would get stuck in my head for days. Like when I first heard it I couldn't shake it. Um, yeah, very well crafted. And then coming in for the top 3, we're going in for the top 3 now. At number 3, I have Super Cool. Super Cool. One of the slickest tracks on the whole album. I really dig it. It's almost a shame it's so short, but I wouldn't have wanted them to drag it out any longer at the same time. It comes and goes, doesn't overstay its welcome. It does what it needs to do with the the all the individual parts of the song. It and it hits them and then it gets out. So it's the hands down the best Flan song on this album. It's the most interesting thing he did on this album. I mentioned about the other tracks. I was a little um, surprised at how they weren't pushed a little farther in their sound or in the idea or something. Tracks like Darling the Dose, maybe If Dave for Winnipeg, certainly Quit the Circus and Lord Snowden. I felt like they were great songs, but didn't seem to be pushed um, as far as they could have been or should have been to be a little more interesting. It just felt to me like he stopped short on a lot of these songs from making them a little more special somehow. But that is not the case with Super Cool. This one is just right. I love the vibe of the lyrics. The when you come around, something just seems super cool and like 007 about these lyrics about wanting to lose it on the dance floor or something. And then there's the chorus of just them going super cool, and then Linnell coming in with the in the background. It's very vibey, very cool. Like just sounds kind of like very like nightclub. I don't know, something about the I love this song, and then I love the almost like Indian sounding weird instrumentation thing going on in it. I don't know what it is. I haven't looked into that song too much, but it's amazing sounding. Let me see if anyone says anything about it on the wiki yet. Last I looked, they hadn't really said much about it. No, nothing new. So, but it's a really beautiful, cool song. Let me take another look at this page, see if anyone's saying anything here. No. Okay, so that's number 3. Then here's my seat. Coming in at number 2. What is number 2? I know what number 2 is. It is Drown the Clown. This was a really fun track. It's probably the deepest earworm on the album. I love this song so much. It's one of those They Might Be Giant songs that just sounds like it always existed. And it's also one that once I saw the lyrics on the page, I mean, this one, the lyrics are not in the book for Drown the Clown. And I don't know why they omitted this one. But it is one of my favorite ones, and I was really eager to see the lyrics, and they weren't in the book. But they are on the They Might Be Giants wiki, and it was like I liked it even more when I saw what all the lyrics were. Like when I saw the lyrics transcribed, there's always the chance like, oh, these lyrics I didn't hear kind of made or it kind of broke the song for me. But no, not the case. I was even happier with the song once I saw the full lyrics. So this one was a real treat. One of the biggest treats on the album for me. It's just so fun to sing along to. It's such an earworm, and it's one of the most classic TMBG songs on this album. I love it. And which leaves us with the number one top track for me, Ryan. For this album, Book by They Might Be Giants, out on iTunes, out on Amazon, I assume, on TMBG.com. Go support the band directly. Why not? You can stream it on Spotify. The number one track for me, Wait, Actually, Yeah, No. It's such a beautiful song in a strange way. It's obviously kind of like one of their sillier songs. They always got a silly song or two on their albums, and I'm always afraid that they go too silly sometimes. This album, I'm pleasantly not surprised. I'm pleased with that. The silliest stuff on this album, I wouldn't say is too silly. It's kind of, and by too silly, I would refer to tracks like Shapeshifters. I would say, I don't know. I strain to think of another one at the moment. Last Wave is almost too silly for me. But I don't know. Anyway, the ones that I would say are kind of breaching that on this one are Less Than One or brushing up against it, I should say, and Wait, Actually, I know. But they're not deal breakers for me. They're silly, but they work, and they're let me see, where did I put Less Than One? Number 6. So they're and I say in the last video, after number 9, Synopsis for Latecomers, I love all these tracks. Like from my top 9, I nothing but love all those tracks. So let that be said. But yeah, Wait, Actually, Yeah, No is probably it's got to be my favorite, because I don't know, something about the way he sings the like, Wait, Actually, Yeah, No, and the other lines like that, which are let me take a look here. On a South Sea island, wait, actually, yeah, no. In the doctor's waiting room downtown, no. Down, no. Never mind. Like something about his delivery on those like those second guessing lines. The no, never mind. Wait, yeah, no. Yes, but not that. Those kind of second guessing lines, which is kind of the idea of this song. Something about the way he sings it. It almost doesn't sound like Linnell's. It sounds like him doing an impression of something. It almost sounds like somebody else to me, but I don't know what. But and then with the horns and everything, it 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 was such a standout track from the first listen. I mean, Drown the Clown was as well, but something really grabs me special about Wait Actually and No. Kind of in the way I would say McCafferty's Bib was probably my favorite off of I Like Fun. And it's like a similar way. It's like it's just so there's something different about it that stands out to me and makes it special that I can't quite quantify. But that is my top, from bottom to top, 15 tracks of the 15-track album Book by Mr. They Might Be Giants. And now I'm out of things to say for the rest of the inking of this page. So, yeah. You can get that album anywhere They Might Be Giants albums are sold. I suspect, I don't really know, but I have a feeling that the Book of Book is only available at They Might Be Giants' website. I'm not certain about that. I don't know about the dimension of that right there. I don't know if that quite makes sense. But yeah, it's a fun album. It's got a lot of strong songs on it. Linnell is in top form on this album, I'd say. He's got some great tracks. Maybe better than some other albums lately. And I would say Flansburgh is, I hate to say, I really do hate to say, because I think people love to throw parades for Linnell all the time and kind of not give Flans the love he deserves, which I really do think he deserves, especially on albums like I Like Fun and Join Us. I think he's such a power hitter. Or like The Spine. I love The Spine. And I really think Flansburgh does not get the love he deserves nearly as much as Linnell does. So I hate to say, but I really think Flans is way too laid back and not flashy enough on this one. Because he has had some strong output on some of the more recent albums that I was kind of bummed to not get anything that really grabbed me by the throat on this one. Although Super Cool was really great. Moonbeam Rays got a big smile out of me the first time I heard it. But his other tracks on this, while they are growing on me, they are still on my many. I've listened to the album many times at this point, and they are growing on me, but they're not my favorite tracks. I hate to say. Now I will say I on the 4-track pamphlet EP. I really like Helicopter of Elves, which is not what I expected to like just based on the title alone. I thought it sounded goofy, thought it sounded too silly for me. I thought it sounded like it was going to be a dumb song. And I really like it. That one gets stuck in my head a lot. And I like the paranoid sound of it. I like the form of the verses in that. That is a really cool song, I think. That I don't. I feel like it's better reserved for an EP. So I get that decision. It just sounds like it belongs on an EP to me. The title, maybe the song. EP. I think EPs. I I think that They Might Be Giants do it well. How they reserve strong tracks for EPs all the time, or B sides. Like they kind of balance the quality between their albums and their B sides, and I admire how well they generally do that. Um, so I do think it is well placed on like an accompaniment to the album rather than the album itself. But you know, I feel like with that little bit of nuttiness and um, imagination thrown in on it, because I feel like he was a little too. It sounded like he wanted to do like something a little more straightforward, a little more accessible, and a little less jarring on this album. Like he was trying to be less jarring on Book, and I kind of wish he just tried reinventing the globe, or what do you call it? Reinventing the wheel on on this one a little bit, in typical TMBG form, which I do think Linnell like kind of. I really think he stepped up in a strong way on this one from recent efforts. I mean, what do you call it? What's the one? I can't remember the dream. It is that is such a strong single. I feel for this album to have. That's a bopping track. Let's see. Look at this office. What the? Try to avoid a tangent there. No idea what's going on with this table's legs. I was trying to do something interesting, it seems, but I don't understand what. I'm glad I already inked it. Not sure if that was before or after the crash last on the last stream. So if you've got strong opinions on Book by They Might Be Giants, shout them at me in the comments. Why not? I'm interested in hearing what people think about this album. Like I say, it's a good album. I talk a bit more about the packaging of the book edition of this album in the last stream. But yeah, I'm a huge They Might Be Giants fan. I think I was introduced to Flood as a kid. My dad bought the album probably when it first came out, and it was certainly the first album I listened to and liked as a person, like free of whatever my dad thought of it, which I don't think he was very as impressed with it as he thought he was going to be. He bought it for the track Twistin', which he had heard on the radio and thought it would have more stuff like that on it, and was kind of disappointed, I guess. But he played it for me, that album, and I was just wildly transfixed by it as, I don't know, a 5-6-year-old or something, maybe a 6 or 7-year-old, I think, when I first heard it. And then it was like an album I would dig out every few years. I would come across it in my dad's collection and be like, oh yeah, I remember this one, and then listen to it and be blown away all over again. And then when I was a teenager, the same thing happened, but this time I had recently discovered that I knew the band name that was behind the making of the Malcolm in the Middle theme, and they also had done a Courage the Cowardly Dog song that I saw their name pop up on, and I was like, wait, They Might Be Giants? And my dad kind of like, I would see a lot of stuff kind of not directly, not like he pushed them under my nose or anything, but I came across a bunch of stuff over the years from my dad. My dad was a big music guy, and like the Hooters and stuff, and like I just assumed that they barely existed outside that album, and then all of a sudden I realized, wait, I know a bunch of stuff by them, and started digging deeper. And the more I dug, the 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 more I was into the band, and that was how I discovered They Might Be Giants. So, which, you know, that was about when I was 16. I'm 34 now. And all this time later, now I'm doing a track by track review of their 23rd album, Book, which is also a book and an 8-track and a CD and vinyl. So we're coming up on midnight over here. Usually I start drawing my drawing day way sooner than I did today, but I also got a nap in because I was afraid of falling asleep on stream, so I took a nap. And then when I woke up, my roommate's family was. I found out they were coming over for dinner, so I didn't want to blow them off. So I postponed when I was going to start this, and that's all. But I should be at a decent time tomorrow. What else did I find out about through my dad? There's this band called Off Broadway. There's the Smithereens. I like. He took me to see the Replacements, and I guess they broke up on stage when I saw them. Though I'm not sure to what extent that explicitly lasted, because I think I looked into it and they must not have stayed broken up or something. I might throw this wall to black eventually. I don't know. I've got to erase the pencils and figure it out later. So, if you like this art, if you like this character, this is my character Bonehead from my book Bonehead. This is it's going to be like about a 220, 30-page book. Eventually I'm doing the full colors on this, which is going to be a huge experiment for me. And then, then we'll see what we're doing, if we're crowdfunding it, or if I do crowdfunding, I'm crowdfunding a finished book. I'm not gonna make people wait for me to draw it, like after I raise funds on a crowdfunding thing. I'm trying to build interest in it now with this YouTube channel, hopefully. So I'm drawing it all in public, and then I'll color it and letter it and The whole thing is penciled already. So got that much done. I don't know if I'm going to crowdfund it. I don't know if I'm going to pitch it to publishers or what. Crowdfunding sounds like a lot of work and a lot of opportunities to mismanage money, which scares me because I am not the brightest bulb. Well, I feel like it would be good to learn stuff like that. I am intimidated by my own incompetence. But it's an option. It's something I very realistically may do, but I might pitch it to publishers as well. So we'll see. Again, either way, I'm pitching a finished product. So that is to say, I want to finish it before I do anything with it. But in the meantime, I am thinking about putting together some black and white floppies of the pages I'm doing. So this current page would be part of issue 2, and I would do like 24-page issues in black and white, and they'd be like a limited edition kind of printing that I would do just to have something to show, since inking the whole book and coloring it and lettering it and everything is just going to take so long to have something to show and frankly something to sell. I want to start being able to sell my art and open up a shop, and so I think making some issues available would also help build interest in the property. So that's the idea. I'm currently cleaning up the first 24 pages. When I'm not inking new pages on stream, I'm cleaning up the pages I've done on previous streams and looking for a place to scan these. I don't have a large format scanner to scan these in. These are 11 by 17 art boards, so I can't scan them with a typical scanner. And I'm having a hard time finding a larger scanner that I want to spend money on. So I believe my local library, I haven't been, what do you call it? I don't have a membership at the library in this town. I had one in my last, where I used to live, which I think would be able to scan these in. So I could talk to my sister or something, but and get into that library. I also don't know if you need a library card for those kind of services, but probably. Anyway, I'm sure there's also somewhere I could scan these in at the library near me. It's just a matter of going and checking them out. But I'll do that once I finish cleaning up all the pages for issue 1. So this is the first look at Bonehead's boss, Mr. Shivers. Who, in these first couple panels, he's all ominous and in the shadows. And then look, and he leans forward, and he's a big, meaty guy wearing a smiley face mask. This was like when I first made up these characters. This was like the first scene I came up with. So you'll see someday I'll post the cartoon I animated of. It's like a Bonehead pilot I made 2 years ago. It's just got some sound issues that are holding me back. I mean, I've fixed them, but I'd have to like it's going to take effort to put back together and make available to post to YouTube is all. But I'm always talking about I need to find time to fix that and get it up on YouTube. It would be the best animated thing on my channel. Well, there's a couple of They May Be Giants music videos that I put together that I think are pretty strong, fairly strong. But the Bonehead cartoon I did all myself. Those ones I kind of had. My roommate, my buddy, I had him help with some special effects on those, and my sister did some background paintings for the first one. I actually won like a runner-up prize for that one, for Am I Awake? And I got, what did I get? I got a free record for that one of the compilation album Idlewild, which is what it was in, which is what the music video contest was in support of. They were just coming out with that. So after we finished putting that together, I took my my buddy Tyler and my sister Kaylee. I took them out for dinner and bought them steak or whatever they wanted for helping me put it together. So yeah, go check those out after this stream ends. Holy smokes, it's another hour has passed on this stream. Let's see what time is it? It's just past midnight, okay. Need a point for some of this finer. I want it to be clean. I don't want it to be all trashy looking. Yeah, I am curious if anybody watching this has any opinions on They Might Be Giants' new album, book, and if they have any opinions on my opinions of book. Which I won't fight you. I'm just... I want to hear why I'm a dingbat. We'll compare notes on why I'm an idiot. Dang it. I think I just need to wash my brush out. This Speedball ink, it works really well with the Winsor & Newton Series 7 brush. Less so when I don't wash it properly. But originally I was using a different ink, just like a Hobby Lobby brand ink for the first 30 pages of this book probably. And once that ink ran out, I ordered the Speedball, and it was like night and day difference. It suddenly it was so much easier to ink, so much less fighting with the brush. And the same was like the same with the brush itself. It was like before I started the book, I was waiting to use these brushes, which is a Winsor & Newton Series 7 Kolinsky Sable brush. This is size 2 that I use. I use this one more often, but sometimes I use 3. Before I started using this on the book, I was inking practice boneheads on cardstock note cards, and I was using like regular, or I was using Hobby Lobby brand like crummy brushes, and then when I switched to this one, night and day difference. So I don't know. My recommendation for artists starting out, get yourself some real art tools. This kind of reminds me of Jonan Vasquez a little bit, which I don't know, just the silhouette of the creepy guy. But like nobody in particular, but oh, maybe a little bit of the Doughboys or something from Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. You know what I mean? Um, I was a big Jonan Vasquez. Well, I mean, I still am a big Jonan Vasquez fan. But in high school was when I was kind of discovering all his books and really getting into him. And I met him a couple times. I gave him a comic book I made uh, back in like, it had to be 2011 at C2E2. Oh, I didn't want to do that line there. Okay. For the writing on the for the, I'll call it the art text, I prefer to use these Copic multiliners rather than the brush. Make sure it's legible. And again, this one's giving me a hard time so far. As far as that goes, I'll have to clean up that SQ. See, I wasn't paying much attention, I guess, when I planned this page, because I say to move this to put this to black. Then I had that little line text with the squeak. Those kind of conflict. I kind of set myself up for failure a little bit there. We'll make it work. So yeah, book's out. I think fan club members and maybe even people who pre-ordered it outside the fan club, I think they've been getting it for days now. I think it's been over a week that I've had my copy. I guess Taylor Swift also put out an album today. Red, I'm told. My one roommate, she's a big Taylor Swift fan, and she's been blasting it all day. Guys, it's after midnight. Oh. Nap or no nap, I didn't want to be up this late. But, you know, we gotta fulfill our day's work, our day's obligations. I also have other things I have to do after I finish this page, so. I was hoping to get up super early. I think I wanted the forearms to be all in light, which I just got. I think I didn't get that when I started tracing them. I'll blink once for no. I'll blink twice for no. Oh. So I hope you're liking this art, and I hope you'll check out more of my videos. Now I do hit roadblocks where I kind of run out of things to say, like I am now. But if if you watch these videos like I watch videos like this one, what I usually do when I watch art streams is I don't watch them so much as I put them on in the background and play them while I draw. And something about like listening to other people talk about drawing just kind of like helps keep me in the zone a little bit. And they'll have like peaks and valleys of their one-sided conversation, and I don't kind of mind them so much because I'm in and out of being immersed in what I'm doing as well. But so I try not to just cold stop the conversation as much as I can help. Sometimes I'm just like really out of things to say and really out of steam on the keeping the show going. But I gotta finish the drawing. But I'm trying to figure out how to kind of like flesh this out a bit. It's just finding time to do things, to actually like follow through on it. I'm gonna bring this in. I might wipe that out to fill it out a bit, but okay. Okay. Okay, drop that there. Okay. Now he leans forward and pour a little more cake. Holy smoke, please. Holy smoke, please, as they say. There we go. Okay, 2 more panels, right, guy? Yes, sir. So here he's leaning in into the light. Let me see his creepy masked face. And there are rumors about why he wears the mask, but we don't exactly know. We'll find in the next couple scenes. So this would technically be issue 2 if I go ahead and do issues, which I'm gonna do that. I don't know when the first one will be available exactly, but I would say, I think I was saying I'm gonna aim for February, because I think if I try to do it in December, it won't be very successful or fruitful. And if I try to do it in January, people are coming off of Christmas, and it, again, might not be as fruitful. So I'm going to try for February. And that also gives me time to like figure out what I'm doing as far as putting these issues together. So like I say, the issues are going to be 24 pages about, and they are going to be black and white. Just try to tighten a point on my brush tip. And I'm going to try and cram in as many pages. I really got to try and get as many pages as I can this weekend. I'm going to strive to get more than 2 pages done in the next 2 days. That's all I know. It'd be cool if I could get at least 4. But we'll see. We'll see. Best laid plans, you know. I always have to remind myself not to plan too ambitiously, because I'm my ambition often exceeds my ability for various reasons. Not like if I had my way, sure I could maybe do it, but stuff always seems to, like life always seems to get in my way. And reality kind of kicks my butt. When I say I'm going to do 5 pages this weekend, and then it's like I got to run errands for somebody or something, or my roommate's family comes over for dinner, or you know, I forgot there was like my grandmother's birthday party is today or something. You know, it's always something. Yeah, I hope you like this art. I'm gonna try and make it available eventually to read and buy these books. Trying to see what's going on here. But if you like this art, the best way to support me right now is subscribe to this YouTube channel. Maybe click that bell for notifications. I don't know. You know, the stuff that YouTube people say. And then otherwise, there's a link in the description where you can see my, where you can follow me on Twitter or Instagram. And see new drawings just about every day from me. I post new character drawings just about every single day as best I can. There's a lot of fun artwork on those. And as comics do become available, you'll certainly hear about them on those platforms as well. It's probably more consistently entertaining than this YouTube channel, frankly. But I welcome subscribers. I welcome views. I just recently hit 100 view hours, which I'm very grateful for. I forget how many subscribers I have, but I just recently gained a new subscriber. I have like 20 something, maybe 27 followers, I think, here. Instagram's my most popular social media platform. People really like the daily drawing thing there. People appreciate that there. And I try not to phone it in. I try to do something that looks finished, at least to my liking. Okay, here's his chair still back here. Now, if you look at his forearms and his chair, it's supposed to be like the same view, and that he's leaning his body in a lot here. Whether this image is successful or not, I cannot speak to. Stuck my dang old hand in the ink. You gotta kind of freeze and lift without moving your hand the second you feel that. So you don't want to track ink all over your dang page. Flippy, flippy, flip. That was my nickname in high school. Flippy, flippy, flip. And the flipette dancers. I'm just kidding. I didn't go to high school. I'm a second grade dropout. That's not true. I went to art school, art college, which I wouldn't recommend, frankly. Though, I had some good times, met some cool people. I did get some stuff out of art school, but it was not worth the kind of money I paid for art school, I'll tell you that. So I'm grateful for it in ways, but I can't recommend it to artists too casually, because I can't really get behind the education I received. Also, my school closed up right after I graduated. Let's see. Guys, we're on the last panel for the day. I may not post a drawing. I think I'm not going to post a drawing for today since it's almost 1 a.m. With apologies. From my sketchbook, I do a sketchbook drawing every day. I color it in. I've got one other obligation for the day, and that's going to bring me to like almost 2 a.m. before I can go to bed. So, with apologies, maybe I'll do 2 drawings tomorrow, maybe. I don't see why not. I gotta be able to pull that off. I'm not drawing on the dang screen. My bad. Bad habit. Always wander off the screen without noticing. Oof. See, I need to wash this brush out, and it'll stop splitting on me like that. But I'm like so close to being done. I'm trying not to bother with that. I even have water on my desk that I could kind of freshen it up a bit, but I don't want to belabor this. So I've been trying to kind of diet because it seems I've gained some weight lately. So I'm trying to eat better, trying to eat low carb. It didn't work out for me today though, because I went uh, I went out of town this early this afternoon, and I was starving, and all these tantalizing Mexican food places kept popping up around me. So I gave in. Not only did I get Mexican food, I got carb heavy Mexican food. I got a chorizo torta, which is my favorite. And I got these uh, nachos con carne, which are insane. It was like an insane, huge order of food that I made. That's gonna last me all weekend, I think. It's like it's almost like I cheated for the whole weekend on purpose. But I swear I am just thoughtless. Okay, we're gonna pull this out for this gulp. I don't know if that works. Okay. We'll call that a page. I might just do. One more detail here. Color. Put this to black. Sorry, I hit my head on the camera, which I do about once a stream. Sometimes more, typically not less. Also, I'm wearing a hat today, so I know I've hit it. If not on this stream, on the last stream, a couple times between the two. And usually when I hit it, I go, ow! Instinctively. I don't know. Oops. We'll fix it. All the problems will get fixed. And if they don't, we'll just chalk it up to me being an idiot. That's fair. I won't fix it on stream, and that will be my undoing. The one thing I'll say about these streams is I can't do them at a regular time. If I do them in the evening, usually I start around 7. I started closer to 8:30 or 9 today. I think 9. Just because stuff was going on. But if I do it in the morning, it's usually closer to noon if I do an earlier one. So I'm expecting to do one around noon tomorrow. Maybe earlier if possible, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get more than one page in tomorrow. All right. So this has been page 41 that I just finished. And you can see the beginning of the inking of this page in the last stream, where I also critique the first or the other the other 10 tracks of Book by They Might Be Giants. I'll be back tomorrow doing art, inking my Bonehead book for you, with you. So get ready to have something to draw and draw along with me. You can work on your own book or whatever while I'm working on Bonehead. All right. Goodbye. Have a good night, everyone. This has been Ink the Book Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. Goodbye. Goodbye.